All right, this is practice problem from 7.1. This is number 3. And here we are given a large triangle, which I drew in blue, a medium triangle in orange, and a small triangle in purple. So with these problems, it's important to take apart all of the triangles inside and then make them face the same way so that we can compare the sides of each triangle. For the small triangle, we have one leg y, the other x, and then the hypotenuse z. For the medium triangle, we have one leg as 3, one as y, and the hypotenuse is 5. And then for the large triangle, we have one leg 5, another z, and the hypotenuse here, take note, is x plus 3, so I did that here on the left. And then we'll add that to the hypotenuse for the large triangle. Now when solving for x, y, or z, we can either use the Pythagorean theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, with a and b being the legs and c being the hypotenuse, or we can use proportions to solve. With proportions, we compare the corresponding sides, and then we use cross multiplying to solve. I noticed that in the medium triangle, we know 2 of the sides, 3 and 5, and we only need to solve for y. So here we can use the Pythagorean theorem. So 3 squared plus y squared, those are the legs, equals 5 squared, the hypotenuse. So 3 squared is 9 plus y squared equals 5 squared, which is 25. Then we subtract 9 from both sides, and we get y squared equals 16. We take the square root of both sides, and we get y equals 4. Now let's go ahead and label this on our triangles too. Now we can solve for either x or z. So again, you can make proportions that are different and it'll still get the same answer. So if we compare the small triangle with the medium triangle, we have 4 over x equals 3 over 4. If we compare the medium triangle with the large triangle, we have 3 over 5 equals 5 over x plus 3. In either case, we cross multiply to solve for x. So on the left, 4 times 4 is 16, and x times 3 is 3x. Then we divide both by 3, and we get x equals 16 thirds. If you want a mixed number, that would be or 5 and 1/3. On the right, we have 3 times x plus 3. And remember here that the 3 is distributed to both the x and the 3. So this will become 3x plus 9. And this equals 5 times 5, which is 25. We subtract 9 from both sides, and again we get 3x equals 16. When we divide both sides by 3, we get x equals 16 thirds, or 5 and 1/3, so our answers match. So now all that's left to solve for is z. So here we can compare the large triangle and the medium triangle. So with the large triangle, 5 over z corresponds to the medium triangle 3 over 4. Again, we cross multiply here. So we have 5 times 4 equals 20, and z times 3 is 3z. We divide both sides by 3, and so we get z equals 20 thirds, or if you want a mixed number, that'll be 6 and 2/3.